So something else just turned up today. These are new 48 volt GaN power adapters. They use gallium nitrate in instead of the standard switching mode power supplies. And I do actually have two of them already, but they're split to 4 amps, and I was in testing with the single amps on the GaNs, and it opened up soundstage a lot, much more cleaner sense of depth. So I bought 2 more, so I don't have to share that other one, because I need 10 power supplies. Yeah, so I'll be putting these 2 in, there's another one there, and I'll be doing channel, so I'm going to have 4 GaNs now, so I'm going to do the top 4 exclusively 10 amp each GaNing. See if it does what I thought it was going to do. But either way, I've got some nice beefy bricks. So they're in. This will be kind of a moment of truth kind of thing. And it's slightly biased, it won't be true blind, because I just upgraded the high mids to the GaN Fuzzy 10 amps each, and now the IEMA GaN 10 amps on the tweeters. So it was a double upgrade really, because they were sharing via these Y adapters and the power filters. So double upgrade. I'm gonna hear what I used to hear, and I'm gonna hear double. Hopefully, pre-biasing myself. Full disclosure. So I did expect to hear things. I didn't expect to hear the new things that I didn't expect to hear. So we're on the positive half of my prediction. Little guitar picks and little piano motifs, just the texture and timbre of each of the notes of the piano, and some of the reverb tails from the horn stabs are quite more defined and woven back finally into the stage. So it's just back there, even the guitar picking and the piano motive at the same time. So yeah, very interesting. So now I'm going to have to do, after a bit more listening, I'm going to have to move all of the 10 amp GaNs down 4 channels, and then put all the 5 amp non-GaNs, the switching power supplies, up to the first tweeter high mids. And then if I get the opposite, then I know that I'm on to a good thing, and I didn't waste time on that venture. But it was good just to prove a point, and I'll see how we go with some more tracks. Some nice transients coming through with these GaNs as well. So just this speaker group has the GaN. These ones have the switching, but we're about to swap over soon. I've heard this next track a lot to know that these amp improvements are working. The reverb on these rim shots is like butter with sugar and honey. The high congos. Never sounded so good. I'm gonna have to get that on the 6-inch, and I'm gonna have to pull it away from maybe the 2.5-inch. Maybe take it off the tweeter. See, now we're playing favorites here. I'm gonna have to buy some more. There is also the op amp upgrade route, which a lot of people are going on and on about, but it's almost as pricey as the power supply upgrade route. But possibly you need to try it, and then they'll have double upgrade on a single channel. We could have op amp plus power supply. We could have op amp on one and power supply on the other. But yeah, so it's just a slow little money pit that you can keep filling. Almost double the price of the initial purchase of the amps by the time you get to the end of it. But it's enjoyable, so let's keep going on that. And it's only a very few people who have been discussing this power supply upgrade for these TP3255 Class D amps. So it's only a small, tiny little fringe theory, and no one's really said, hey, everybody go and get this power supply. But for me, it's working. Yeah, so I just went there and took the GaN off the tweeters and put them on the 6-inch. So there's a normal switching 5 amp on the tweeters. And it's very subtle because this frequency range it's almost got less in it. So it's mainly the organs and then the body of that rim shot, not the top of it, and some of that conga and the upper bass line. Whereas we still got the GaNs on the high mids. Really snappy, really detailed, lush. And now the tweeters have taken the downgrade in this. So it's kind of like almost like I don't know, like if you felt a glass table and then someone just put a little bit of sandpaper on it, and then you felt that glass table. It's different than that. It's like, I don't know, hard to say, but anyway, all together. It's almost less impressive, but more of that sound is sweeping into the middle. And maybe that the treble being a little bit extra less detailed is taking away your impression of the next level down in the frequency ranges. Let me turn them up. See, that doesn't make me want to keep listening to track after track after track like I did with the better supply on the tweeters. So that would be like an upgrade you could keep in the bank for those 6 inches. Maybe I'll switch it back. I'll listen to a few more on these. So the last combination that I'm going to try right now for the same track. Tweeters back on good GaN 10 amps. High mids, taking the break on the 5 amp switchings. So it's just the 6 inches now on 10 amps GaN. And the tweeters, so we've got that sweet sugar back in the tweets. So it's a little bit more clinical or like a plain attack on some of those things, but you still got that support from the 6 inch driving those depth in the congos and things. So you got the sugar on the tweets, some of that, and a bit more clinical, dry presentation on the transients. And that almost doesn't make me want to go and listen to track after track after track, but I'm going to force myself get off this song and probably end up having to go top down for the quality upgrades. It seems to be the transients and the air, and there's enough reverb and space in those high mids. We're talking 2 to 6K. Yeah, a lot of information there for human beings that are really keen to that. And yeah, take it off the 6. Let's do some more listening. So here's a track that really does vibe in the 6 inches, and I was listening to the GaN on the 6 inches, and then I swapped them back to the 5 amp switchings, put the GaNs on the high mids, and now I'm missing it. So this is non-GaN 6 inch. Now GaN's back on the 6. So that swirling piano, along with that reverberant bass line, really more involving on the means I need to get 2 more, seriously. And I put the 5 amps up there on the tweeters, because this song is not very dependent on the tweeters. So yeah, I have found a way to illustrate the benefits of the GaN power supplies just by switching and swapping. So yeah, she does actually hit some sibilants in the chorus usually, so that's when you'll need the GaNs up the top. 2 GaNs short. It's swelling. It's such a rich bed in that track. It even survives that sibilance. Turn the tweeters off there. And I did remember there was one last step, which is putting the power filters that I have spare on the Y adapters, but only using half the Y on the 5 amps. And I did notice previous weeks ago that it made a difference on the 5 amps. So it must just store up a tiny bit more reserve current just for those immediate power needs. So now I have the treble sounding a little bit better on this track.